Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to our council meeting this evening. Welcome, welcome. We're going to go ahead and start with our invocation. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Garcia.
Here.
Councilmember Lara.
Here.
Councilmember Lutz.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Sanchez.
Here.
Mayor Camacho.
Here.
All present.
Great, thank you. So we'll start with our invocation led by Councilmember Andrew Lara, and then we'll be doing our Pledge of Allegiance, which I'll introduce right now. Please rise.
If everyone could please stand, and if you're so inclined, bow your head. God of justice and mercy, thank you for the gift of life and the opportunity to serve the people of our city. Help us to act with character and conviction. Help us to listen with understanding and goodwill. Help us to speak with charity and restraint. Give us a spirit of service. Remind us that we are stewards of your authority. Guide us to be the leaders your people need. Help us see the humanity and dignity of those who disagree with us, and to treat all persons, no matter how weak or poor, with the reverence your creation deserves. And finally, Father, renew us with the strength of your presence and the joy of helping to build a community worthy of the human person. We ask this as your sons and daughters, confident in your goodness and love. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Councilmember. And today we have the honor of welcoming our first grader from Rivera Elementary to do the flag salute, Giselle Ortiz. Giselle, welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Today, my name is Giselle Ortiz, and I will be singing the Pledge of Allegiance. Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excellent.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Why don't you come over here? Let's give her a big round. Giselle, if you could come over here with your parents and take a picture and receive a certificate and recognizing you for what you. Thank you. It takes a lot to get up here and speak, so congratulations. Awesome. It's for you.
Thank you.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
All right, let's give her another round of applause. Thank you, Giselle. Okay, and before we sit down here, we do have a certificate of recognition, but want to recognize and welcome Justin Smith, our planning commissioner, is here. Thank you, Justin, for being here, and also Gil Perez, our veterans commissioner. Thank you both for being here. So it's not often that we get a employee who's been with the city for many years and decides to retire. You know, it's bittersweet for us, especially when they contributed a lot to our city as a growth. An individual there, I'm going to read a little bit about him, but I think we're going to have our colleagues say a few words. But this evening we have the pleasure of recognizing and providing a proclamation to George Ramos most folks know George out there, always in and out. The first one, they see him at activities. Like you can see his staff and colleagues are here with them to recognize him. But tonight is our honor to recognize George Ramos for an incredible 42 years of dedicated service to the city of Pico Rivera. I even want to say I was young back then. Monica always uses that youngster, but I'm going to use that one today. George began his career in 1983 with Parks and Recreation, and over the years became someone our staff and community could always rely on. From youth programs and facility operations to park maintenance and public works supervision, George has played an important role in supporting city services and community events. As a lifelong Pico Rivera resident, George's impact goes beyond his work. Many in our community know him as a coach, a mentor, colleague, and a friend. His commitment and pride in serving the city where he lives truly reflects the service, public service. After more than 4 decades of service, George now begins a well-earned retirement where we know he'll enjoy more time with family, friends, and cheering on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Go Dodgers! On behalf of the City Council and the entire community, we thank you, George, for your service. I know that every time we've had an event out of the city, I see you setting things up, breaking it down amongst many other things, and you're always one of the first persons you see at these events, but we had many. So again, come over here and join us to receive this, this proclamation on behalf of the City Council, and more importantly, on behalf of the City of Pico Rivera for your years, 42 years of service. That you thought this day would ever come, but, but it has. And again, George, thank you very much. I appreciate you and your whole family. All right, George, you're going to have to say a few words. Come on now. I'll put you on the spot. 42 years, come on. You can start from the beginning.
Just like to thank my first supervisor in 1983, Rose Campion, for giving me the opportunity to work for the City of Pico Rivera, and here I am. So, time to go. Thank you. I really thank my family and friends for being here, and my colleagues. Thank you.
That's the best way to summary up 42 years and stuff. So, again, George, congratulations. You want to bring your family up and take a picture? This, friends, everybody, staff, your colleagues, come on. This is one of the, come on, everybody else here in support of George. Come up here. Let's do a group picture here.
We should all go. We're very grateful. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What? But he's yours.
In 2014 is when they switched.
We should go. Yes.
If you want, panoramic. Okay.
I want him just me. We get a staff picture, John? We get a staff picture? George.
Another picture.
Just you and the I'm still working.
We share you. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's why. Where'd Andrew go? Andrew.
No, because it was like halfway. Of course. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I want to give him his family.
Yeah, no, no, no. What you want? Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw nothing. I saw nothing. I heard nothing.
I made sure of that.
Yeah, and at this time, I'd like to ask my colleagues that want to say a few words. Councilmember Garcia,
Thank you, Mayor.
is he still here?
Where's George at? Where's George?
He's like, I'm out. He's like, I'm out.
He was pulling a Houdini there. He wanted to escape. George, come back in.
Hey, you're not off the clock yet, man.
George, we just want to share a few remarks from our perspective. I met George back in the Roland Stuman days. Those of you who remember Roland Stuman, this was decades ago. And when you mentioned Rose, her brother Armando right there at Rivera Park, those of you know George is a strong competitor, whether it was basketball, softball. This guy was an athlete back in the days. And, you know, age catches up with all of us. But at the end of the day, George, I just want to thank you for your service. And when you go back to Rivera Park, the early days where you had barbecues, benches, and big shady trees, all of our parks have changed over the decade. And at the end of the day, you played a pivotal role. You were always behind the scenes, but you make sure, and the mayor touched on this a little bit, that you made sure that our sports organizations made sure that they were heard, their voice, they were recognized on those opening days, those special events, those special activities that mean a lot here in this community. So thank you for your 42 years of service and improving quality of life for the residents here in the city of Pico Rivera. Good luck on your future endeavors.
Thank you, thank you. Anyone else?
Thank you, George. I just want to say thank you. I do know I came in as a parks commissioner. And I want to say I think I was in maybe not quite kindergarten when you started. But I know I came in as Parks and Recreation Commissioner in my career in the city. And I want to say that the mayor promised to buy you drinks and dinner at Steak and Stein. No, but I do want to say thank you for all your years of service to our kids, to our parks, and I know that you really do care. And every time, before I was a council member, I was the mom that used to complain about something to clean up at the park, likely. You were the one fixing it. So I want to say thank you so much for all your years and dedication to our parks and to our city. Thank you.
All right. All staff members are going to say something. I'm just kidding. All right. Again, George, thank you. Appreciate you. You have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. So, yeah, I'll see you at the Steak and Stein. All right, we're moving on then to our agenda. We have a public hearing. I'd like to open the public hearing. City Manager, do we have any memo from the city?
No memos, Mayor.
Okay. Any written communication, oral communication?
There's no oral or written communication.
Hearing none, I'm going to close this public hearing and entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
We got a first and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Garcia,
Yes.
Councilmember Lara,
Yes.
Councilmember Lutz,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mayor Camacho.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Great, thank you. This leads us into the public comments. I do have a few public comment cards here. You have come up to the podium. When I call your name, you have 3 minutes. And first, we'll have Art Limon, support of Andy Vargas Song Program. Art?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Art Limon, and I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you for your great partnership, Pico Rivera, the city, all its staff, and all the stakeholders, and Andy Vargas Foundation. I want to congratulate you on your marriage and your partnership of coming together to support this young man and his vision. I'm with the Los Angeles Lowrider Alliance, and we are a think tank organization and problem-solving entity here in the state of California, and we represent car culture, lowriding all over the world, 125 countries. And we have a lot of support, and we have a lot to do and a lot of work to do, but this young man, he's an exceptional professional. He's going to be mentoring folks in the song program, and he's going to be mentoring our children, he's going to be mentoring our youth, and he's going to be mentoring and educating our community in an area that has been overlooked and bypassed for so many decades. And I want to thank you for everything that you're doing to pour into this city and to pour into this community. And I want to thank and commend you, City Council, Mayor, for financing it and supporting it. You're not going to be disappointed. The Los Angeles Lowrider Alliance is here, apoyar, to support everything that you guys are doing and anything that we can do to help you be successful. That's what we want to do. We're here to celebrate your continued success and your continued success to develop future leaders, mentors, and innovators and creative thinkers and problem solvers in the music and industry that needs us. And it's a great chance for the children to be able to be mentored and learn and to exercise their gifts that God has given them. I want to thank you, and we're here for you. Amen. God bless.
Great, thank you. Next is Christina Nava regarding the Live Film Festival.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council members. My name is Christina Nava. I am the co-director of the Latina Independent Film Extravaganza, or as we call it, LIFE Film Festival, a groundbreaking cultural event dedicated to supporting, showcasing, and elevating Latina film directors. Our 2026 festival will take place during Women's History Month and culminate with an awards ceremony on International Women's Day, March 8th. On behalf of LIFE and myself, we want to thank you for your support of the oldest film festival in the United States geared towards Latina creators. We invite you all and the community on March 7 at Cinépolis here in beautiful Pico Rivera, where we will have 3 cinemas and we'll be having a beautiful program of a feature film, short film, and then a series of short films as well. We will also have a VIP pachanga right after to celebrate and meet these filmmakers. I really, really want to thank you for your support. This is supporting our storytellers who are Latinos, and if we don't tell our stories, somebody else is going to tell our stories, and your help and support is invaluable. We have flyers here that we will leave behind and invite you all and invite the community to come out and celebrate Latina directors. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for bringing this to the city of Pico Rivera. This is the second film festival we do here in our city, so we're definitely embracing it, and we want more of it. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's March 7th at Cinépolis. Very well. Next speaker is Lauren Talbot from the library updates.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. My name is Lauren Talbot, and I'm the Community Library Manager at the Pico Rivera Library and the Rivera Library. Here are our updates for February. The Rivera Library has reopened as of yesterday. However, the Rivera Library will be opening at noon, Monday through Friday, due to the ongoing construction. We apologize for any inconvenience and appreciate your understanding. Construction is going to continue until May 2026. Families are invited to our Lunar New Year program at the Pico Rivera Library on Tuesday, February 17th at 4 p.m. Kids will learn about the animals of the Chinese zodiac and decorate cardboard horses, but not life-size horses, small ones. And the library will be giving away red envelopes to kids throughout the week. The Rivera Library will be closed on Monday, January 16th for the holiday. Thank you.
Great. Thank you for that update.
February 16th.
February.
Thank you for the update. Next, we have Patricia Garcia, problem on Lexington and Gallatin. I know I have other speaker cards. I'm assuming it's the folks behind you as well. So I'll call their name when.
I'm Debbie.
Yes. Oh,
I'm the one they voted to go first.
okay. So let me take Patricia out. Debbie, welcome.
Thank you.
Same issue, Lexington and Gallatin.
Good evening, esteemed council members. My name's Debbie Craddock, and I stand before you representing those of us who live on Lexington and Gallatin Road here in Pico Rivera. I've lived in Pico Rivera my entire life and have neighbors who I've known as long as I can remember, in addition to a few who've purchased homes in our neighborhood relatively recently. We're the type of citizens that care deeply about our city, our neighbors, our homes, our families. We're hardworking, some operating businesses from home, busy taking care of our families, and respectful of our neighbors. We'd like to thank you for the resources that the city has allocated over the past several years and bring a shared concern to your attention at this meeting. We've been negatively impacted by years of illegal activity at 8320 Lexington Gallatin Road. The home has been destroyed and hoarded beyond the ability of the owner's capability to restore it. It's now boarded up and red tagged to its uninhabitable condition, and the backyard's been used as a dumping ground. Criminals have been arrested repeatedly and taken to jail, only to return within hours or days. Trash is left daily in the front yard, driving away family and customers who do not feel safe, let alone confident that their children will be safe on our block. Cars observed to be completing drug transactions come and go day and night, as well as young men on foot or bicycles with backpacks or plastic bags. We've witnessed prostitution, overdoses, young people being beaten with a baseball bat or threatened with a shotgun. Our homes and cars have been vandalized and broken into. As recently as 2 weeks ago, the surrounding neighbors could smell chemical burn that pervaded our homes and came from this address. We believe that drugs were being manufactured there as well, although there is no sign of anything burning on the property. The owner is an elderly woman who moved in 12 years ago and has plagued the neighborhood with inappropriate behaviors and nighttime disturbances due to her mental health condition. She's not been capable of keeping criminals from taking advantage of her and operating out of her property. We feel unsafe and are concerned that our good neighbors caring for their grandchildren or children of others may need to sell their homes. Some of us who've been part of the community for over 60 years are told by our children to leave for our safety. When neighbors have left, we fear that criminals will move back in. Each of us have repeatedly called code enforcement and sheriffs, and we are asking the city council to ensure that these issues are resolved. I now introduce my neighbors to share their stories.
I'm going to call up Letty.
Hi, I'm Letty Torres. I live next door to the home. I'm fairly new in the neighborhood. I just moved in 7 months ago and really excited about purchasing the home. Really haven't got to enjoy it like you normally would when you first purchase a home. It's kind of sad because I'm the one that runs the daycare next door to this home. So my parents that have come and go to pick up the children have seen this kind of activity go on. So I'm a little nervous right now, sorry. And so it has been a big impact on my business. And so right now I've been trying to restore it. And so hopefully we can get it resolved soon. And there's been a lot more stuff that I've gone through, but that's pretty much most of the impact that it has on me. Thank you.
Thank you. And a couple more speakers on the subject matter. Ruben Perez? Not here? Okay, how about Patricia Garcia?
I live on the other side of the house. As I'm washing dishes, looking outside my window, which faces the property's driveway, I've seen people smoking crack. I've seen people that are there waiting to move in because, there were probably a time when like 30 people were living there. And as I'm there, looking at my kitchen window, these people are looking at me like, what the hell are you looking at me? Turn around. Like, I have no rights in my own house. That's how I feel. I have had the same people as I'm working in my front yard with my little grandchild, who's 2 years old, look at me with a bat in their hand. Like, what are you looking at? Don't look at us. Leave us alone. Let us do our thing. So, we've been dealing with this with the owner for a long time, but with this newer problem for 2 years. And we just hope that, it's a little better right now, but every day I'm afraid it's going to go back to what it was. Like, I don't feel safe, not even in Pico, because I like to walk. And some of the people that used to stay there, that live 2-3 blocks away, I know where they live because I recognize them. And I'm afraid that as I'm walking around, if they recognize me as a neighbor that has looked at them once, that they're gonna, come and hurt me. So it's just not a safe situation. Like I said, right now it's a little better, but we don't know what's gonna happen. And it's better because, the city took control of the property because how it is destroyed. And they did kick out all this, drug dealers, drug users, and all that. Yes, but, are they really going to be out? Like, once she's allowed back, the homeowner is allowed back into her house, is she going to allow them back? And is the city going to let that happen? I mean, I understand it's her property. She has the right to have people move in if she wants to, but these people are horrible people. I don't want to be living next to them. And, I've lived in the same house for 28 years. And I've always felt fine, safe. There's crime in every city, but I always felt fine. It's been the last 2 years that I just don't feel safe there. So what we are looking for is that once she's allowed back into her house, that these people, somehow the city comes up with a plan that she doesn't allow those people back. Because we know she has mental issues. We know that. We know she has drug issues.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all of you who have come to share your stories. And on our behalf, we apologize for the impact that you have had to your quality of life in the area. From what I hear, city's already engaged in so many different ways, but I'd like to ask staff if we can further look into where this is at and where this is going, and if you can bring back something for the next meeting as to what we have done. I know our sheriff department is involved as well, so we'll find out, working within the legal parameters as you recognize, but definitely understand and your concerns. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. With that, we're going to move on from, I do have one written public comment from Robert Vieira regarding the homeless in their vehicles at Lowe's and Ultra Beauty. It's a positive, thank you, positive in the sense of what we've done, but just put it in the record. Thank you. Okay, with that, leads us into our consent calendar. Any items that are being pulled?
Mayor, I'm pulling item 6 for a presentation.
Item 6 for presentation. Outside of item 6, any others?
Motion to approve. I just would like to make a comment on item 5.
A comment, and there's a motion. And can I get a second?
Second.
At a second, we'll do the comment.
Okay, thank you. I just want to commend my colleagues, city staff, on the significance of installing HVAC into the gymnasiums there at Rivera and Pico Park. You know, I've sat there for little kids' basketball games during the summer in August, and it's just been unbearable. And it's, I don't think, ever been done. So I just want to recognize this accomplishment. It's taken some work to get here. So I just want to acknowledge that.
Thank you for that. Councilmember, I do have a first and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, item moves. I would concur. I'm glad that this item has been brought forward to us. It's definitely something that was long overdue, and I know everyone to some degree has worked on pushing this forward. Thank you, staff, for finally get that going. And from the looks of the schedule, hopefully they should have, by this summer, June, I believe, it should be complete.
Yeah, we have an update on the
Update on that? Okay, very well. So, okay, so all items have been approved and consented, exception to item 6 that was pulled. Mr. City Manager?
Yes. Item number 6 is going to be presented by Pam Ugard.
And this is item 6, in agreement with the Andy Vargas Foundation and associated funding needed for phase 1 of the Sounds of New Generations program, which we have Mr. Andy Vargas here with us. Thank you, Andy, for being here.
Mr. Vargas, if you wanted to come a little closer, it might be easier. Thank you. Honorable Mayor and Council, it's a pleasure to be with you today. Before we start, I have a few thank yous because we wouldn't be here. We've been working on this for about 4 or 5 months, and I really need to put a shout out to my colleagues, Rick Ramirez, Community Development Manager, thank you. Steve Carmona, you've been really instrumental in this. And then with his sidekick, Angelina Graves, thank you for helping us find the money always, and Jane putting it where it needs to go. Really appreciate you all. Wouldn't do it without you. As I said, we've been working on this for about 4 months. This is a program that is really dear to our hearts and important for the city of Pico Rivera, especially the Parks and Recreation Department, because we don't offer anything like this program. No other city offers anything like this program. And once again, Pico Rivera is going to be put on the map. And we thank Andy Vargas very much for choosing us. It's an honor to be chosen by him, and it's an honor to be working with him. And looking forward to our children getting taught by him and being mentored by him and the people that he's going to be bringing into our city. They will inspire, they're going to mentor. They really focus on underprivileged youth. And because we now have a brand new renovated teen center, our youth center, it's the perfect place for Andy to do his work. And when we took him there, he was so excited and so happy. Like I said, it's the perfect place for this kind of magic to happen. Gabe, if you can go to the next slide. You may be wondering, what is the song program? I had to ask that too. What is song? It's sparking originality in new generations. And Andy, you can tell he's young, but he has young children too. And he's a young dad having a family, and being creativity is really important. It's not just all about sports. Yes, sports is important, but curriculum is important. Learning how to use your mind, learning how to read music, all of those things are really important. He focuses on songwriting, music production, recording, and he's going to bring experts from the industry into Pico Rivera, which is going to be very exciting for us. Next slide, please. It's going to be a 3-month program. We're starting this pilot program for a year. We'll be focusing with the first cohort, which will have about 14 students in it, all focused at the youth center, 2 weekends a month, very intense. But from what Andy tells us is that the kids, we actually are going to have to force them to go home. They're going to want to stay, because it's just such a wonderful experience. We start in March. And our first cohort hopefully will be able to do live performances, and we can showcase them either at our World Cup event or at the Summer Street Fest or our farmers markets. You can get the next program. The money that you funded today in item 6, the children will be able to utilize really top-of-the-notch equipment. Andy will talk about it a little bit, but Andy brings in partnerships with Gibson, with Apple, with all sorts of different musical entities that will bring products to our children that they wouldn't have access to normally, and that is really very quite exciting. They get to use real studio equipment, and they'll be recording, actually making music in Pico Rivera. The next slide is they'll have access to scholarships. They have access to college. There'll be a different way to get to school, and I think that's really important for us, especially Dr. Sanchez and your focus on education. I think this is something that will be dear to your heart as well. There'll be partnerships and also creative hubs. I know we have the Creative Lab. We have a Director of Innovation and Communication. This is going to be something we're going to be able to link all across the directors and all across of our disciplines. And so I really see really exciting things for the future of Pico Rivera, especially with what Andy's going to bring. Now, without further ado, I told Andy I do need to read his bio. It's important. He's come this far. I think his parents would be proud to hear, your bio, and your children too. So I'm doing this. If you don't mind, he'll be here. And without further ado, I'd like to read your bio. Andy Vargas is an internationally recognized vocalist, songwriter, and producer whose career spans more than 2 decades at the highest level of the music industry. Born and raised in Watsonville, California, Andy's musical journey began at a young age, rooted in traditional mariachi music under the guidance of his father, Javier Vargas. These early influences shaped his deep respect for cultural heritage and the power of music as storytelling. Andy is best known as the longtime lead vocalist of the legendary band Santana, with whom he has toured the world extensively. He has performed on some of the most iconic stages globally, contributing to a musical legacy that bridges cultures, generations, and genres. Beyond his work as a performing artist, Andy is a passionate advocate for arts education and community empowerment. He's the president of the Andy Vargas Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing underserved youth with access to music education, mentorship, and real-world creative opportunities, which is so exciting. Through its flagship program, The Song, Sounds of New Generations, the foundation teaches songwriting, vocal performance, music production, and music business fundamentals, helping students build confidence, develop their creative voices, and envision sustainable futures in and beyond the arts. And besides that, he's just pretty down to earth and a really just great human being. It's my privilege right now to introduce to you Mr. Andy Vargas for any questions that you may have.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pamela. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, council members, and fellow community. Thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight and your time. My name is Andy Vargas. I'm a professional musician and longtime vocalist with the band Santana, but more importantly, I'm the president of the Andy Vargas Foundation. I'm here to introduce our song program, which now stands for Sounds of New Generations. We plan to launch this in March here in Pico Rivera in partnership with the community. Song is more than a music camp. It's a structured youth development program that uses music as the entry point to build confidence, discipline, teamwork, and real-world skills. Our students learn more than just songwriting. They perform. We introduce music production, recording, and the fundamentals of the music business. but what they really gain is belief in themselves. I come from a working class background. Music gave me direction, mentorship, and a future. The Andy Vargas Foundation exists to make sure that access to those opportunities isn't limited by zip code or circumstances. I was encouraged to work in Pico Rivera because this city values youth, culture, and community. We see Pico Rivera as a place where creative programs can truly take root, where students are supported not just artistically, but academically and personally. Our program is hands-on, supervised, community-centered. We partner with local leaders, educators, and families. We are not just dropping in, we are committing to be present, accountable, and aligned with the goals of this city. We've already seen what this program can do. Students writing their first songs, standing on stage for the first time, finding confidence and discovering pathways they've never thought were possible. Mayor and council members, with your support, we are ready to provide Pico Rivera with a safe, inspiring place to create, learn, and grow. Thank you so much for your time and continued commitment to the youth and families of Pico Rivera. We look forward to showcasing the sounds of our next generation. I truly appreciate your time.
Great. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. Any questions? Mayor Pro Tem?
My only question is, can we come take a picture? But we look forward to the partnership.
We'll bring them up in a minute.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor. Kudos to the staff for reaching out to the foundation, because not everybody wants to shoot a basketball, kick a ball, or hit a ball. This program will offer an opportunity for any size, shape to get involved and do something. So job well done.
Okay. No, well, Andy, thank you. And I said, concur with my colleagues in the presentation. I know what this was brought forth to us. Then, as Pam, our director, mentioned, I mean, we have a great programming here in the city that is led by Pam and her entire staff, but we don't cover it all. This is one of those that we don't cover. And there's a lot of kids that do pursue music and so many different components on it. So for you to bring this to our attention, and we all, we're going to vote still, but we do agree that this is a missing link that we have. And to do it with you and your foundation and what you've done in your career, congratulations. It's, you're young, you still have a lot of career left, but for you to come and share that knowledge and experience with our youth and inspire hopefully the next Andy Vargas in there or the next Santana and so forth, that's just, shows what we cherish here in the city of Pico Rivera. So again, thank you. I know we run into each other many events here and there. We've talked about it, but the day has come and here it is. Yes. So again, thank you. And I'd like to ask for a roll call vote, please.
Mayor, if I may, just have one
yes, please.
Question. Andy, thank you for considering Pico Rivera as part of that first group, the cohort of 14. I'm wondering if their final project is to create a song about our wonderful city of Pico Rivera with a couple of jingles as well.
We can make that a project, yes.
There you go.
For sure.
Songwriter stuff.
Yeah. So I know that our production staff would love to hear a couple of jingles already packaged for them by the end of that term, and then just a great song talking about all the great things that we have in our wonderful city.
That would be wonderful. And also, we will be having a talent show as well, showcasing our talent, as well as being able to have them being presented on our YouTube channel as well, so everyone could see the students' work at home as well. But that's a great idea. That's a wonderful curriculum for the weekend. So we will definitely work on that. You have my word.
And how are the students selected?
So for right now, we will be along with Pam and the Parks and Rec will be speaking to some of the students already there at the Teen Center, and then we'll be speaking to our principals, hopefully superintendent of schools, and reaching out to Then the principals and the art departments being able to present, our program at rallies and different things at different high schools. And then we have an application for them to fill out. And really, we really don't want to turn anyone away, so we'll just go ahead and schedule as much as we can to any of those that want to, come and participate and hopefully get hooked. And then we just continue to build program from there. So we do have an application, and we will be working together to make sure that it's aligned with all city regulations.
Thank you.
Very well. Thank you, Councilmember, for that. And we have a lot of big platforms here in our city that they can showcase their talent. We do some big concerts here in the city. So, but again, we call for a motion. There's a first, a second, a second, and roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Garcia,
Yes.
Councilmember Lara,
Yes.
Councilmember Lutz,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Sanchez,
Yes.
Mayor Camacho.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Congratulations. Welcome. Let's do this. Looking forward, right. Actually, if you can come up here and we'll take a picture and invite you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you,
lovely
Council.
wife to join us as well.
Do you have another report?
I look forward to that project.
Reaching.
All right, let's get you guys in the middle here.
Can we get one with Rick up here?
Yeah, let's get on that.
Come on, Rick.
Stop being shy, Rick. Come on. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Pam. Appreciate you guys. Pam, you might as well join us too. Come on.
Oh, Pam, of course. I thought Pam was up there already.
Just the beginning, right?
Thank you. All right, let's do this. All right.
Very well. Let's moving on to the remainder of our agenda. We don't have any regular agenda items, and city manager staff reports.
Yes, Mayor and City Council, tonight is the beginning of our monthly CIP update, which is truly going to reflect the scale of investment of the city is making in its infrastructure and facilities. Our two-year budget includes $164 million in capital improvement projects, and over the last 2 years, we delivered more than $60 million in completed work. With that, I'll turn it over to our Public Works Director, Noe Negrete, to provide an update. And as we move forward, we'll continue to bring council updates on a monthly basis. In addition, we're developing a dashboard that will be outward-facing to the public. It's currently in process, so the community will also have an opportunity to see the status of our capital improvement projects throughout the city. Thank you. Noe.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Noe.
Thanks, Steve. Mayor, Council, I'm just going to rifle through a bunch of our projects. These are our top priority projects, not all of our projects in our CIP, but we're here to give you an update on their status. So as Steve said, our two-year budget is $143 million. Really reflects the staff going after a lot of grants and being successful. Also, a lot of, there's a few of these projects that are high dollar amounts as well that are driving that price up. I will start with the Alebrije Dog Park. The construction is completed. As you know, we're hosting a dedication on February 27th. We're really excited to see this open as our first dog park in the city. You can see on the pictures here, we took an underutilized piece of land there at the corner of Gallatin and Rosemead. You saw in the middle was what the rendering was. and then you can see the same overhead of what it looks like today. So again, inviting the community to come out on February 27th. Our City Hall Chambers projects is in construction, just under $2 million. Our opening is scheduled for the second meeting in March. We are pushing the contractor to complete that, moving along as fast as we can on that. Here you can kind of see the same thing, what it used to look like. We demoed it out, framed out the walls. Really, the dais and the electrical is a critical path up to the completion of that. Our Smith Park Aquatic Center, recently we received bids. We're evaluating those bids, and we'll come to you shortly to award that construction contract here in the next couple of weeks, as soon as next week, as late as in 2 weeks. We are short of some funding, and we're moving some money around. Total project is just around $39 million. In terms of the schedule, once we award, we want to start with the procurements as early as in March. As early as March, we can also host a groundbreaking, so we'll be working with you on an available date. The reason why we want to start the procurements is because there's some items that are long lead time items. So they're called submittals. We want the contractor to turn those in as fast as they can so we can start ordering those materials. And we're anticipating starting in June or July of this year. Another project in design now, about 90%, is the Rio Hondo Park renovation, just under $12 million. Currently in plan check with the Department of Public Health. So we're waiting their last comments. Once we can finalize that, then we'll finalize the plans and then go out to bid. Again, we're anticipating to start a construction in September of this year. What you voted on today was the HVAC at both Rivera and Pico gyms. So you did pass this. We'll start the contract routing and the procurements now this month. Again, there's long lead items for HVAC units. Those units take anywhere between 4 and 5 months to get ordered by the time they get here. So unfortunately, we won't be starting construction until those units arrive. Part two of that is we don't want to shut down both of those gyms at the same time because it'll be a drastic reduction of programs if we stop, if we close those doors for those gyms. So we are working with park staff in terms of how to work around that programming so that we keep our programming going on during the summer. So we'll start with one, most likely Pico Park. Once we complete that, then we'll go to Rivera Park, and we'll have one gym open at all times. We're looking to complete this by the end of this calendar year. The Pad Park, we've started the demolition plans of this. So we do want to start at least demoing that building, grading it out. We did start this. We're at 35%. We're working on the environmental clearance as we speak. And again, we start anticipated demolition is November of 2026. Our resurfacing program, I was here last time we talked about our pavement management program. We're looking at our next project, about $10 million. We're at 95% design. We were just out there finalizing some of the last minute details. Again, we're looking to start construction in June of 2026. We're always chasing sidewalk in terms of funding this. This is funded by our CDBG program. We're currently out to bid right now on this project. We're looking to start construction on this in April of this year, as well as we have another grant for school crossing enhancements. We're about 90% design. This is for enhancing crosswalks, in particular around school areas, and we're looking to start this in September of this year, of 2026. On the water side, these are water funds. The next projects I'll talk about is we're under compliance to, we have some abandoned wells that we need to officially abandon properly with the state's permission and their clearance. We're about 90% design on this. We have 4 wells that we're going to abandon, and we're looking at starting this in July of this year, 2026. Current project that's in construction is our water main replacement. So if you're leaving here, I don't advise you to drive on Washington between Paramount and Rosemead, going in the eastbound direction. It's down to 1 lane. So what we've done is we've worked with the contractor to do that as night work, because it would be a tremendous impact to our day traffic. So for the next several months, they're going to be from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m., and they're putting in about 2,700 feet of pipe for our new water main in that street. Phase 1 was roughly on Burke, just where's that, east of Passons. Phase 2 was in the area of like Woodford area, Amistad. Those are completed for the water main work. The final paving is yet to be done though. So once we finish on Washington, we'll do all the paving at one time. I know we are exploring looking at the limits of that paving because of the impact that it had to those neighborhoods. So I know this council has asked me to look at in terms of extending paving limits, not just paving the trench itself. So we are exploring in terms of a nexus of that inconvenience to that community, what makes sense to be paved back. So more to come on that. And there's just, that actually started last night in terms of that trenching, and started at Paramount, working its way towards Rosemead. And then last project I'll highlight is we did complete our first phase 1 of PFAS last year, very successful. We do have one plant that still needs to be converted over to the PFAS treatment, and we're looking at, we're 75% design, a lot of lessons learned from our phase 1, and we are looking to start that construction in March of 2027 next year. Rough time frame, I'm not going to go through that, but you can see I went through 12 projects really fast there in terms of we're trying to do a lot of projects this year, right? We're trying to get a lot of stuff in the ground. People like seeing when we get stuff in construction, right? You don't see when we're in design. So as you see, as we get projects in the construction behind it, there's projects that are starting to design. So of those 12 I mentioned, 11 of those we want to start in construction this year. And with that, I'll be happy to take any questions.
Great. Thank you, Noe. Yes, I'll open up to questions. Councilmember Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, Noe, great presentation. It's good to see timelines on these major projects. It's an aggressive CIP list. Hold your head up. This is a lot to handle here. But I'm just curious, Mayor. You look at 144 million. What are our surrounding cities CIP? I'm just curious. This is quite a bit.
That's a good question. I'm sure Noe can answer, but it's not.
Yeah, I can tell you our surrounding cities are anywhere between $3 to $6 million per year. We get a lot of grants, that's for sure. We're the envy of our surrounding cities that allows us to do all these projects. But in general, most cities set aside $3 or $6 million, if they're lucky, per year for projects.
Thank you.
Mayor, can Noe repeat that last sentence again?
Our surrounding cities set aside between $3 and $6 million for their CIP. They just don't have the capacity or the money, the financial means to be able to do as many projects as we're doing.
Any questions?
Yes, I did want to ask regarding the citywide resurfacing and reconstruction. It begins in June 2026. And a lot of the residents always want to ask, is my street on the list? I think right now would be a good time, perhaps, maybe we organize a list and we have it available online so anybody interested could see it either on social media or going on to the proper website, pico-rivera.org. And now they can access that list of streets that will be resurfaced or repaved, slurried, whatever it may be for 2026 onward.
We can do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Lara?
I just want to express my frustration in overall great work, right? This has been kind of years in the making. Just my overall frustration in the lowest bid process and how that hampers a lot of our projects. I want to commend city staff for taking a different look and approach with the Aquatic Center, because that's one project we just have to get right. So I just want us to be mindful that when we start these projects, we need to make sure that we're contracting with the right contractors and that they're not going to start one day and leave us dry for 6 months, then come back. And So in the midst of kind of congratulations, because that's due, we, I think, as a community, need to be mindful of that, and we need to think of strategies where we're abiding by the law of awarding lowest bid, but at the same time being mindful you get what you pay for, and thinking of strategies of way in which we can improve upon that, which we can make sure that we're right-sizing, we're getting the right contractors in here who are going to give quality work to our projects. Because, and then the second part to all of this is maintenance, right? You can give communities really nice things, right? Medians, but can you maintain them? Like, what type of quality improvement do we have to follow up so that in 5-10 years from now, those medians look exactly how we envision them and want them to be? So just in the midst of great work, this is a team effort all around, much success, but let's just kind of keep these other things in mind. I don't mean to be to rain on the parade per se, but I just want to keep these items because we need to continue to perfect ourselves.
Thank you, Councilmember. Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Director. My questions, as you mentioned, several of our projects are grant funded. However, on the sheet, only one is completed. I would also like to see when the grant was awarded, because, for instance, I know the PAD project, we took a photo, our Congresswoman Linda Sanchez came out, I don't remember how long ago, almost a year now. Yes, so it's been a while. And so my question is, what are we doing? Is there anything we, not just our staff, but ourselves can do to help expedite these grants that are on hold? I know that I work in grants. There's a certain timeline that we have to complete those projects, or we risk losing the money and having to give it back. So what can we do, as well as staff or whoever, to ensure that we complete those projects on time and not have to give back grant money?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's something we're mindful of. We track that. Let me just give the council perspective, not to go backwards, but you had a backlog here. It was several years behind. And I think we've chopped that down. We're still in that backlog, but we're closer to now seeing the light at the end of the tunnel to get to new projects before we can end those other projects. So from that standpoint, we're very mindful of those. We've asked for extensions as needed, but we have to have justifications for that. But it is something, there is a couple projects here that we're cutting it pretty close because you had other projects that were higher priority that needed to get done because of those deadlines. And now we're at this state now with some of these projects that we don't want to be, but we're trying to attack as best as we can. I'll say that a couple of small things is just in terms of prioritizing, giving the staff good direction in terms of the engineers that are working on these projects. They're working on either 4 to 5 projects at a time. So I know that between Steve and Angelina and yourselves, there's a lot of conversations. We want to make sure we're working on the highest priority projects as well. We have looked at staff augmentation. We brought that in where we can. It's been helpful and successful in some projects, and some it has not been. And myself and your Deputy Director, Mr. Edwards, are taking on projects ourselves as leads because we want to push these things. And just be mindful of those dates I give you, or we're trying to be aggressive here, okay? No doubt about it, in our staff meetings, we talk about that all the time. These are best case scenarios, but these are our goals to try to get these projects in the ground. That's what we do. We deliver those projects. There will be some that we may not meet, but I'd rather be aggressive and tell you we want to hit that goal and be a few months behind as opposed to give you something that is way longer. So we're looking at a lot of those things. As far as the bidding, the low bids, I think I've lost track of the amount of different ones that we've looked at from different cities. We are actively looking because we're not too happy either, right? But that's our state code. And we looked at several different models that other cities are doing. Again, some of them are quite large as compared to what our staffing is like. Some of the models just don't work for us. And some, the paperwork to do it is quite lengthy in itself. So we're mindful of that as well. But, between our staff, Steve does a fantastic job of thinking out of the box. And that's one thing we do on our staff as well. Gene will attest to you, on a daily basis, we'll say, hey, we're going to do this out of the box. A little bit out of our comfort zone, but this is what the project needs to be delivered. Because ultimately, nobody really cares how we got there, right? They just care about how it ends. And at the end users is taking advantage of that. And then we go to the next one. So we are using a lot of our tools in our toolbox. Sometimes we're successful, sometimes we're not, but we're in the fight.
Thank you. I just want to comment, whatever we need, city manager, if it's, to put it in baseball terminology, if you need a pinch hitter to hit a home run to make sure that we score, I'm willing to take it back to council. Let's talk about having do what the Dodgers did. Let's bring in Shohei. Let's bring in the pinch hitters and make sure we get those projects complete. And whether it takes a team or a pinch hitter, let us know what we need to get it done, because I would hate to have the money sent back, because that doesn't benefit us at all.
Yes, no, understood. And again, some of those priorities are driven by those grant timelines. So you may see a smaller project ahead of the line, and that's only because of the timeline that we have to, so we don't lose those grant funds.
No, thank you for that. And it was mentioned about the amount of funds that the city has been able to accumulate, and due to, again, a lot of them being grants, because a lot of these projects are grant funded. That's thanks to staff that's able to write great proposals, our relationship with our federal, state, and county representatives that we bring in shovel-ready projects that they're able and willing to work with us. And, and being in the region and also in various committees, I know we hear it a lot, what's happening in Pico Rivera. There's a lot of activities, a lot of projects, but as you mentioned, because we've accumulated a lot of funding for various projects, we got a backlog, we have issues. It's a good problem to have, versus not having any money to do anything to begin with. However, as we've been talking over the years about all the capital improvement projects and the hundreds of millions of dollars that we have accumulated, and we discussed various some signature projects like the pool and so forth, I think it was, and there's issues that come about with the construction. We get it. Construction brings a lot of issues and delays and so forth. Obviously, the delays create frustration. Obviously, frustration that we as a council have, because we're a reflection of our residents that are frustrated with us because, like, hey, Gustavo, you told me that the pool was going to be open in 2026 so my kid can take classes in summer. We're just going to do the groundbreaking. We can go through the various scenarios, what got us here, but I think it was important, and my colleagues wanted this, hence our presentation today and our monthly presentation, because we want to be able to see, not only us, but the residents, the community, see what we have on the table, what the timelines are, fluid, but also the challenges that may arise. And if it's an issue like the chamber remodel with a low bid situation, we understand it, the community understands it. There's certain things we control, certain things we cannot control. But when the buck stops on us, we're staff or council, then let's take responsibility for our, issues or lack of that we contributed to the delays. There's other factors, and so be it. But I think it's important that the community gets to hear these presentations. So if March is a date that we begin the process and it changes, and the community hears this and says, okay, this is why. And because they're kind of like, they're looking at us and saying, what's going on? Are you building a pool? Are you building a park? Are you building, thankfully we have the dog park on the corner. So it's important. So we're going to do these monthly presentations, and thank you, Noe, for providing this high level presentation, but fact of the matter, points that we needed to get, and put it on moving forward as standard. So there's a lot of stuff. We put a lot of pressure on you in particular.
That's
Steve
fine.
first, and then you. But
I just want to say thanks.
But know that we do it as a reflection of us representing our community and our residents, that they want to be able to bring their kids to use the pool sooner than later.
No, I think we get it as a staff. We want these amenities for the community as well. And there's a lot of people behind me. So between finance, Angelina, Steve, my staff, the media team, who I gave this like to them at 5 o'clock with a lot of changes. It's really a team effort to get us here for every project. It's not one person that's responsible. It's really an army of people behind that are pushing it. I'll leave you with what you have that we always just assume it is you have a staff that provides effort. Nothing is happening for lack of effort. And number two, we had an employee here 42 years, a tremendous sense of pride by our employees to not only build things, but to maintain things to a high standard. So that's something not to be lost, is that we have people on the team that really deeply care about providing a service or a facility or a street or a signal to this community. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Noe. Thank you, Steve. Other than that, any other items on the city manager staff report?
I'd just like to thank our city clerk. We are now offering notary services, another service for our community, and it's been extremely busy. But again, just thinking out of the box, something we haven't provided, something we now provide to our community. So,
Well, thank you. And I want to actually add to that we've had, been asking for some interactive agendas, and I know our city clerk and staff has stepped up, and they got some links in there now. So we're making those improvements where we go full technology, and as for when the council chambers are done, and we'll have all our set up there. So thank you, Sid.
And just lastly, we just received another grant thanking Congresswoman Sanchez, 800,000 plus. Again, another accomplishment on behalf of city staff.
That's right. Thank you. Congratulations. And it will be part of that list of projects. Okay, with that, we'll get into the good of the order. I'll start with Councilmember Lara.
Sure. For AB 1234, I just want to comment on my participation with SCAG. We had our meeting last Thursday for the month of February. They're really entrenched with preparations for the Olympics. There's a lot of planning that goes on in regards to transportation, and especially transportation is what they're looking at. So they're preparing for that with, I know they sent some members to the Winter Olympics to look at all the logistics in regards to shuttling people back and forth, and how they can use those principles learned for the Summer Olympics that are coming up. The second meeting I attended was CWAC, the Southeast Water Coalition. There we talked about the potential for expanding membership, inviting more cities to join. WRD wants to rejoin CWAC. They were part of CWAC at one point in time. That relationship has been really contentious between the current CWAC members and WRD. So they put together an ad hoc committee to look at the pros and cons for readmitting WRD into CWAC. So we'll wait and see what the recommendation is. Lastly, just an item I would like to ask for a second. Several months ago, there was a gentleman, an African-American gentleman named Mark Sweet. He was a beloved baseball coach, and he stopped in the city of Pico Rivera, and he was gassing up his car here at, I believe, the Shell gas station, and he got into a confrontation, and he was killed. Recently, LAPD has offered funds for any leads that would result into the capturing of the assailant. I'd like to ask for the city attorney to look into the ability for the city of Pico Rivera to provide matching funds or compensation for any leads that would result in the identification of the assailant who murdered Mr. Sweet. If I could please get a second.
Second that.
Thank you. Okay. Other than that, that's it. Thank you.
So second to look into it, and we'll get back to us. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor. For the good of the order, AB 1234, I attended the LA County sanitation meeting, and I also had the honor of joining Mayor Camacho in the installation ceremonies of 3 of our senior groups, the Friendly Forever Young, the Friendly Seniors, and the Shade Lane Seniors. and 2 out of the 3 almost folded because there was a lack of leadership to come in. And thank those seniors for, there's some new drive, even one of our commissioners, the president. So it was just, overall, it was good to see these seniors thriving once again.
Mayor, sorry.
Yeah.
Just one more item. I want to thank Parks and Recs for the father-daughter dance. That was excellent. It's always a beautiful event that the staff puts on. I know that the daughters, and it's just, thank you.
Olivia was so cute.
Thanks. Councilmember Lutz.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor. No items for AB 1234. Just want to invite the public out to a ribbon cutting for our Pico Rivera Dog Park on the 27th, on the corner of Rosemead and Gallatin Road. The 27th of February, 11 a.m. We welcome the public from Pico Rivera. Bring your dogs with a leash. And once they're inside, then you can unleash them and enjoy the festivities of our first official dog park. And we're so excited. We all wanted a dog park for years and years and years. And I remember when I first got on council, I said, let's get a dog park. And the staff had been working on it prior to that. And then, a little more flame got the project started, and we got the funding. And so we're so excited here. Our first dog park, Pico Rivera, 27th of February, 11 o'clock. I look forward to seeing you all here. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem.
Sure, thank you. For AB 1234, I have nothing to report. By force, I had to take a couple weeks off. I had the shingles. I had a bad case of shingles. So I want to advocate for public health, and if you haven't already had the vaccine, please go get it. It's very, very painful. I'm not contagious anymore. That's why I missed the last meeting. No kidding. I missed the last meeting, but I did have a case of shingles. It's very painful. It is the same vaccine strain. It's the same virus strain as chickenpox. So I want to encourage everyone, if you I believe it's recommended for 50 or older. I am not 50, but they said that it comes up related to stress, triggered by stress, weak immune systems, and your everybody's body chemistry is a little different. So ask your doctor if they recommend it, and I highly recommend that you get it, because it is very, very painful, and it wiped me out for a couple weeks. So thank you, everyone, for messages and well wishes, but I want to advocate for that. There is one item that I'd like to bring up regarding new business. I'm aware that the LA County Board of Supervisors approved a half-cent sales tax measure to go on the ballot in June of 2026. Several cities, as well as the contract cities, are opposed to this measure. I would like for us to bring it to a vote to officially be opposed as well, if we need to, possibly a presentation about the impact that this sales tax could potentially have, not only in Pico Rivera, but in the county. So if I need a second for that one, I would request that.
We have.
Is it, I don't know if it's officially already opposed, but yep.
We sent it.
Okay, a presentation then with information regarding the impact in the county and the city.
And if I may, maybe the city looking into a competing sales tax measure whereby we would increase, thank you.
Working on that, council member.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you. I'm glad you're better now and back with us here. And yes, just highlight a few things. One, once again, dog park. It's coming up to the 27th, 11 a.m. A lot of good things happening here in the city. I want to highlight what Mayor Pro Tem mentioned about a measure that took place today that the County Board of Supervisors voted on. There's still some state legislation that needs to take place for it to move forward, but it looks like it's on that path. Basically, you're going to pay half-cents sales tax in the county more for a temporary till 2030, 31, to raise about $1 billion to backfill HR 1 monies that were removed from the federal budget that deals with health and so forth. We contract cities. I chair legislation, so we've been on the constant. Today was a very active day. The city did send an opposition letter, and with all our signatures, and that was due to our platform that I already have, based on where we approved the legislative platform, so it allowed us to move on that quicker, so we won't have to come here to council meeting But I think the presentation as to the impact and where the means would be warranted to see what that means to our community and so forth. But something big, something we oppose, something we don't want additional, but it's a county measure that was came very close, but it was approved today. It heads now to, they're basically asking the state to pass legislation to exempt the cap of the sales tax in LA County. And it seems like that's going to be the case. But our argument was, I get what it's for, but, and what the intent for healthcare, but once you lift those caps, it's like the precedents. What it today is one thing, tomorrow's another, and there's a reason for a cap. And we've been at, we've been reaping for, we've been getting good rewards from our sales tax measure we did back when. It's been great for us, but that was a local decision, not a county or a state making those decisions on our behalf. That now it's going to impact. It doesn't bring us anything to our community per se. But with that, just reporting out that we have a World Cup Olympics committee that Councilman Garcia and I have been working on. Just want to highlight that more information will be forthcoming as it relates to open streets and what our participation is going to be with the World Cup coming up in a matter of months, that we're going to highlight our city and activities with the World Cup, but more to come. With that, we do have one closed session item that will ask our city attorney to lead us into a closed session.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. We have one item for closed session, which is anticipated litigation, legal counsel, one matter.
Thank you, Mr. City Attorney. With that, thank you everyone for coming. Appreciate your time. Andy Vargas and team, thank you. Looking forward to this new adventure with you all. Congratulations. Thank you.